Good evening and welcome to the Sports Doctor Zen. My name is Larry Aples and I'm here with Earl Bobo Rush, aka the Sports Doctor. What's going on, Earl?
Hey Larry, how you doing? Well, got a
I'm
lot to
good.
talk about. These college football rankings going on. So as usual, I'm sure you're busy. So we're gonna get straight to it. Don't be fooling around.
Hey, I'm
Okay.
ready when you
All right. So the top games to me the past weekend. Two games didn't mean anything to me, and I knew they weren't going to be. I didn't know they weren't going to be good, but I assumed that they weren't going to be good, and they both turned out to be routes like I thought. That was old Mississippi
are you
played
talking about the college games?
played
Okay.
Tulane. They routed Tulane 41-10, and Oregon routed James Madison. And I knew they were going to be routes, and I'm not quite sure how they got in or anyway, but it had something to do with, I guess, agreements they had with rankings of the teams. They could be in the rankings, but the situations they were in, they got in. James Madison and Tulane
I
obviously.
know, I know, I know how they got in.
Okay, how they get in?
Okay, so what they have is a group of four schools, which are the big conferences, which is SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, and which one am I missing? I guess the Big 12. All right. So what the committee does is going to take the four highest ranked teams this year, regardless of conference, the four highest ranked conference winners. So what happened? Normally, only James Madison or Tulane would have gotten in. But what happened in the ACC? A team that had lost 5 games, Duke won that conference, and they weren't ranked. So it fell to, I don't know which one was ranked high, James Madison or Tulane. They were like both number 20 and 21 or something like that. So that way both of them got in. So the way they have it is, and it's going to change next year. Next year it's going to be automatically from the Power Four conferences, their champion will get in. But this year, since Duke won that conference and they had lost 5 games and they weren't ranked, it opened up a slot for one of the other smaller schools to get in there.
Well, obviously those were faulty rules because those two games can't keep having lopsided games.
Well, if Duke had got in there, the same thing might have happened to them. So next year they're going to automatically give it to the ACC champion.
You
But if
got
they
to.
got in there, they really weren't any good either. They lost 5 games this year.
They got to do something to stop having all these lopsided games. I don't know what they got to do. I have no way that they can do it. So I'm going to be quiet because I can't help the problem. But it's the problem.
Well, last year, all of the road teams lost. This year, the only road teams that lost were those two lower ranked schools.
Okay. Enough about James Madison and Tulane. We just wasted time. We don't have time to waste. Let's talk about the two big games. First game we're going to talk about is Miami versus Texas A&M. It was a rather tightly played game. Both defenses turned up very strong, and I expected more from the quarterback from Miami, but he didn't step up like I thought he would. But what can you do? Did you catch any of that game, Larry?
Yeah, they were playing good competition too, so it was a pretty evenly matched game. And there was a lot of people that were questioning whether Miami belonged there. But since they won, I guess they sort of silenced those critics at least for a week. I thought it was a well played game, and Miami got the interception late in the game to save it. What did you think of it?
I thought it was tight. It wasn't a lot of scoring, but I actually thought it was a good game.
Yeah, both evenly matched teams.
Yeah, you don't have to have a lot of scoring for it to be a good game, and this is one of the cases. Then the other game, Alabama versus Oklahoma. Your thoughts on that, Larry?
Yeah, Oklahoma got out to like a 17-point lead and couldn't hold it playing at home. And again, before this year, the home teams had always won all the games. But I got to give Alabama credit. You know, they got a block kick, and that seemed to turn the momentum. It seemed like momentum was all with Oklahoma, and to me, that one block, play on special teams, kind of turned it around. Maybe it was a series of plays, but it seemed like a bunch of things happened, and all of a sudden, momentum switched to the Alabama side, and Oklahoma couldn't get it back. It looked like they were going to run them out of there earlier.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so pretty much. So what are the matchups now?
Well, we got Oregon is going to be going to Texas Tech. Oregon is the number 5 seed, and Texas Tech is the number 4 seed. Well, I shouldn't say going there. They're playing them in a bowl, in the Orange Bowl. Then you have Alabama's playing Indiana.
We're talking on that, Larry.
Alabama and Indiana. Well, you know what? I think it should be a good test for Indiana. I thought they and Ohio State really didn't have that serious schedule, and I kind of look at the SEC as a much stronger conference. So now those schools like Indiana, it'll get a chance to prove themselves. They got the Heisman Trophy winner, so I think they got a shot at it. Alabama hadn't played well lately, but they look pretty good on Saturday. Your thoughts on that?
I guess my mind has been conditioned so long for Indiana not to be successful. I guess if I had to pick a choice, I would probably take Alabama. But I do like Indiana's team. I do think they have I think they are legitimate. They're legitimate. I think if I didn't know both teams' history, I probably would take Indiana.
Well, Indiana did beat Oregon and Ohio State this year, so they got a couple of top 10 teams that they've beaten.
Yeah, but I'm probably going with Alabama. I'll probably go with Alabama. But yeah.
So what about the other game, Oregon and Texas Tech?
Oh, Oregon, Texas Tech. I don't think they can keep up with Oregon.
Okay.
Texas Tech got a good defense though. They got a good team. For Oregon, he's pretty good though.
We got a SEC matchup with Ole Miss and Georgia.
Oh, Georgia's winning this.
I kind of think Georgia's going to win that too.
Georgia, they don't play around on Georgia, man. So, all right. Enough about
the got one more, Miami and Ohio State.
Oh, what is wrong with me? Man, that's the biggest game of the weekend. I haven't even talked about that. I'm ready to move on. Okay.
Who do you like in that game?
I like Miami. They got a heck of a defense. They have a heck of a defense.
I like good. I think when we get down to this level, they should be. I'm looking for good games too.
But Ohio State got those receivers though. They have two deadly receivers, man. It's gonna be hard to shut them down, but I think Miami will come up to the task.
All right.
Yeah, and a lot of my decisions, Larry, is still based on conditioning, and one of the main reasons why I dislike the Big Ten, because when we were coming up, they never had a legitimate quarterback. The teams that played the championships or played in the Rose Bowl against the Pac-10 teams, they never had a quarterback that could take them through the promised land. They just Ohio State could run or Michigan could run, but they didn't have a passing attack. So I've always disliked the Big Ten because they always folded under pressure in the big games. And that's the way I just look at them. I'm taking Miami over Ohio State.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Ohio State in that game. I think they have a pretty decent team, but again, they didn't really face. I think the only really top team they played was Indiana, and they lost that game, even though Indiana's pretty good. So
Yeah,
I'm really anxious to see them play some other teams like the SEC conference did.
yeah, yeah. But right now, Indiana, they probably got they got a heck of a team, man. They have a very good team. That's all I can say. They have a good team, man. I don't have anything bad to say about their team.
I mean, historically, Alabama and Indiana in football, you think this is going to be a blowout, but it's a new day now.
It's a new day now, and you can't bake today's decisions on actions that covered over the last 30 years or something. That's a completely different time.
For the
But
last 50 years, yeah. No.
but I like Alabama.
Okay.
I like Miami, and I like Miami, and I like Alabama. I'm looking for both Big Ten teams to lose.
Well, there's three of them now. Oregon's a Big Ten team too.
Well, okay, well, I'm looking for Ohio State and Indiana to lose. Not really Indiana, but if I'm going with my gut, I say Alabama's going to beat them.
All right, that ought to be a good game.
I think it's a speed difference in the end. Alabama got some boys that can run, man. For sure.
But they haven't really seemed that dominant this year. I mean, they've lost 3 games. But they did beat Georgia earlier this year.
I understand that, but I thought we were talking about what's going on this weekend.
We are talking about that, but
Okay,
they just haven't. I'm saying they haven't looked at like their historical selves this year. Normally they lose 3 games.
They played the heck of a game this past weekend. They looked good.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, they won this weekend. No doubt about it. After looking like they started off slow, like I said, they were down 17-0 and came back.
So you like Ohio State? Okay, all right. I hear that.
I think Ohio State will beat Miami.
Okay. All right. There you go.
It's getting good. I think the first week they even have too many teams there or something like that. But I was okay with the draw. But I'm really getting down to these final 8. I really think these are 8 good teams here. 8 worthy opponents, so it seems to be. You want to talk about the NFL now, man?
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Any games jump out at you this weekend?
Think about that.
Well, we can start with Thursday night's game was the Rams and the Seahawks. The Seahawks won 38-37. Did you see any of that game?
It was a great game. Part of me wants to say Seattle beat the Rams twice this year, right?
No, the Rams won the first time.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Seattle had 4 turnovers that game. They had 3 of them this game, though.
that was a heck of a game, and the ball just bounced their way. There's one side of me that said, as soon as they lost that game, I said, the Rams aren't who I thought they were, because a real good team, no way they would have lost that stupid game. And then there's another side of me that's saying, things just didn't go their way that day. It just wasn't their way. The Rams are still the best team in the NFL. That's what I'm thinking. I'm torn between the two right now. I think the Rams would beat Seattle 3 out of 5 no matter every time. Even though we don't have 3 out of 5 tournaments in the NFL, I'm just saying I think they're a better team in the long run.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they beat them. The Rams won 21-19 the first time they played. Seattle has 4 turnovers. The Rams have none. and Seattle won 38-37. Seattle had 3 turnovers and the Rams had none. I wonder what would happen if Seattle stopped turning the ball over against them. That's. I thought giving up 3 turnovers and still pulling that game out was pretty impressive. Even though a lot of things had a lot of luck went Seattle's way with that 2-point conversion and stuff.
Yeah. All right, what other big games did we have this past weekend?
We had Packers and the Bears, and
okay, let's talk about that one. Your thoughts on that game, Larry? Did you see anything? I know you see all the touchdowns scored, but you got that.
I saw a lot of that game. I saw that again the Packers looked like they had that game won, and the Bears ended up scoring like 15 points in the last minute and a half, or something like that. No, 10 points in the last minute and a half.
Right.
And the Packers failed to recover the onside kick. I mean, that was it. How many onside kicks are successful these days, especially when you got to declare it? Plus, everybody would have been looking for it anyway, but failed to recover it. Great pass by the quarterback to get the tying touchdown in regulation, and then they went for the jugular in overtime and threw their bomb on to Moore, and just like cut the Packers' heart out. I thought even though Jordan Love was injured, I thought the Packers' backup Malik Willis still played a pretty good game. And Green Bay should have won that game.
You know,
what do you think about it?
Things just happen. I thought I picked the Bears to win. It seemed to be like it was going to be a big game, which I thought it was as far as dealing with the standings. So that being said, I don't believe in Jordan Love in big games, so I wasn't surprised by anything. I don't like him, but I don't know him to dislike him personally, but I don't like his game in crucial. I'm sorry that he got hurt, but as I said earlier in the year, Packers not going nowhere, and Jordan Love not going to do anything.
The thing about it,
he's not out for the season. He might come back.
But that wasn't the reason they lost. I thought the backup did well. Their defense let them down and inability to recover onside kick. Their defense just fell apart down the stretch.
He didn't do nothing good for Love.
No, he was out most of the game. He wasn't a reason when they actually got the lead with the backup in there.
Yeah.
He got hurt earlier in the game, so I mean, but that Green Bay's offense looked pretty good. They certainly did enough.
So right now, before they played another game, they got another game in the season, I think, against each other. But now, who do you think is the better team, the Bears or the Packers right now?
Well, since I gotta go with the Bears. The Bears are winning games. They're taking a lot of their wins are coming at the last minute, so I got to go with them. They're playing 60 minutes of football and they're pulling it out.
Well, it could be one of the situations where, like Commanders last year, some teams everything just falls their right way. So teams fall your right way. I like the Bears and I like them, but I don't think they're as good as they playing. They're playing great, man. So I think things are just falling their way more so much than they have a good team. That's the way I'm looking at it. But
I mean, they're making plays. Just like I said, Green Bay couldn't recover the onside kick. They do that, they won that game. But when teams give them life, they won about like 7 or 8 games. They are like what the Commanders did last year. Every close game, they're winning, including when they played the Commanders this year.
Yeah. So let's see. All right.
I got to go with them. I mean, when you're doing it you got to beat them for the full 60 minutes. You can't do that.
Is Cleveland still a game? Are the Ravens still a game behind the Steelers?
They should be 2 games behind them now. Let me see.
What?
Yeah, they're 2 games back.
The Ravens lost this past weekend?
Yeah,
Well, that's the game you didn't talk about. Who did they play?
they played the Patriots, and that's who
That was a
they.
good game, too.
I have to question the coach. He had Derrick Henry on the bench when Henry was crushing them, and he doesn't get back in the game the last 2 possessions. I don't get it.
Hold on. Let me stop you right there. Just make sure I'm hearing what I thought I heard. You said you had a problem with the coach? Is that what you
Yes,
said? Okay.
the coach Harbaugh.
Right. The one that I've been dogging all last year and this year as well, that one. That's the one you.
Whoever made the decision to take Henry out of the game, he had scored 2 touchdowns, had 128 yards. They were clearly tired of tackling him and couldn't tackle him until he gained yards. He scores a touchdown. They go up by 15 points. He doesn't touch the ball again the rest of the game.
I don't understand that. I told you. I just wanted you to. I just wanted to acknowledge that I've been telling y'all about their coach for almost 2 years now. And he's part of the problem, and you just brought out an example of what I was talking about.
That was it made no sense. It made no sense because the way Henry was running on them, and he was running, getting 4 and 5 every time, and busting through for about 20. And he's gonna take him out and sit him down. He has a rotation. They asked Henry about it. You know, he was very diplomatic about it, but I think other people are looking at it. No,
Coach problem. I guess, man.
yeah. So they're 2 games behind Pittsburgh. I don't see how they're gonna. I don't see how they're gonna catch them. If they lose one more game, or if Pittsburgh.
How many games left? There's 2 games left or 3?
2.
There are 2 games left.
Right.
And who does Pittsburgh hasn't played?
I forgot. Pittsburgh has a pretty tough game this week. I forgot who they play this week. Both of them have tough games this week, but next week they play each other. So that's going to be
Whoa.
Baltimore needs Pittsburgh to lose this week, and for
the Ravens still have a chance then.
Yeah. Now I don't know what the tiebreaker would be because they'll both have the same record, and they'll split games with each other. So I don't. But that's the only way they can catch them statistically, at least. And from all the things I see, they haven't been eliminated. So maybe they have the tiebreaker. I don't know.
So what is the explanation on the Ravens' performance this year? What are some of the excuses that you're hearing about their play, or how do you wrap their season up? Because they're not going well. How do you wrap this?
Oh, I think that they started off 1-5, and then they had, their quarterback's been hurt all year. Then he got hurt again Sunday.
Well, why is this? Why such a downslide this year?
Yeah, I don't know. That start really, they dug a hole, and even though they won 4 in a row at one time. You start off 1-5. It's hard to do something unless you're in a conference where they are in a conference where the other teams.
So Aaron Rodgers playing his best ball of the year so far.
He looked okay to me. I mean, he doesn't scare me, but he played okay. You put some heat on him, he's not really that agile or anything like that. Pittsburgh's defense played well. And they didn't play out of their defense. That was pretty good.
Are there any other big games that we didn't go over? That have some
Jacksonville went out.
Oh yes, yeah.
Jacksonville went out to Denver and won that game.
I don't understand why I can't remember these big games. I thought we were done 3 games ago. We ain't even touched the surface yet. Okay, Jacksonville and Denver.
Yeah, and Denver had won so many. I forgot how many games they had won at home and everything. And Jacksonville went out there and beat them.
Well,
pretty easily.
I based my decision on being a prisoner of the moment last week, Seattle looked very well. They looked real good. And I said, they're going to beat Denver. Now, for some reason, I got something against Bo Nix for whatever reason. I don't even know why. But I don't like him. And which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how can you dislike somebody you don't know personally, that you don't root for them, so they haven't done anything to disappoint you. How can you dislike somebody? But I don't like Bo Nix. I thought Jacksonville was going there and beat them.
Well, Jacksonville actually played pretty well this year, and they're a team that I think most people overlooked because of their recent history. And they're up there. Certainly they won 11 games now. They're going to make the playoffs. And Denver losing to a team like that. Denver's only lost 3 games. They're like 12-3. At least they're not losing to scrubs. Teams like the Commanders or anybody like that.
Right.
So sometimes a good team. This league is no. We've been saying this all year. It's no real dominant team that's going to just wipe the floor with everybody. But we got a lot of teams that have 12 and 13 victories, which is, I think, pretty impressive.
I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFC, in the NFL.
They might be, one team that I think that has played very well, and they've had a lot of injuries, is the 49ers, who we could talk about them beating the Colts. I think they pretty much eliminated the Colts. But their team looks good. I have to give their coach a lot of credit because they've had a lot of injuries on their team. Their quarterback was out for a while, and they were still winning.
I'm not feeling the 49ers. I cannot feel them all I want. They playing good ball.
They beat the Rams when they played them. So, no, it's hard to. A couple of weeks ago, I thought the Rams are starting to distance themselves, being head and shoulders above everybody. But that Western Conference, with all 3 of those teams so familiar with each other, and all of them are doing well, that could go either way to any of them. I think Seattle's in first place now. Yeah, they're a game up on the 49ers and Rams.
All right, any other big games that we left out? We're so used to having.
I don't know if you. We had the Steelers and Lions.
Wow.
That was a pretty good game. And then we also had I don't know whether you want to say the Buccaneers and the Panthers. That was a battle for first place.
I should have just went over all the games. Panthers and 49ers. I mean Panthers
and the Bucks, Tampa Bay.
Well, Panthers have been on a roll, and Baker Mayfield is playing like the Baker Mayfield that I know, not the one like he's played for the last 2 years. But he's playing shaky. I don't know whether he's hurt or what.
Their team has had a lot of injuries. Some of them coming back.
Everybody's got injuries. It's part of the game.
Yeah, but if you have injuries to the wrong people, it matters.
That's true.
It matters. They were winning before they had injuries.
That's true. And what was the other game you mentioned?
Was it Steelers and Lions?
That was a very good game.
Yeah.
Very good game. I guess all these teams can't overcome these injuries. The Lions just had too many. Just had too many, man.
And they really haven't been consistent this year.
Because of the injuries.
Well, even when they were healthy, they would win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Their whole season has been that way. They're the type of team that I don't think anybody wants to play.
Right.
When they lost this week, this was the first time they've lost 2 games in a row. But I think they probably only won 2 in a row once too, They kind of go back and forth.
Oh, well.
They were inconsistent. Baltimore was inconsistent. Kansas City was inconsistent. And Kansas City's gone now.
And all those teams, well, all the teams that we thought were going to be doing well all have offensive line injuries except for serious offensive line injuries except for the Ravens. So I just don't know what their problem is.
Yeah,
Just like I said, their coach. He can't motivate them. Nobody's listening to him or whatever. The Ravens offense is it's porous. I don't understand. What can you do?
and their quarterback got hurt in the game too. But still, I thought, the way Derrick Henry was running, just keep giving him the ball. Some of these offensive coordinators are just too smart for their own good, I guess.
Well, they make simple things complicated. Sometimes things can go so easy for you. It's just hard for you to believe. But that's not just football. That's in life. If that's how it's going, just roll with the flow. These guys running all ball up and down the field. Why don't we give it to them again? Let's see if they can stop it. But see, common sense ain't so common as well. What can you do?
What's up, Kung Fu? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Kung Fu! Now, you check out Kung Fu show yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
They're talking about music, cars, and politics.
All right, I have to go. I friended them on Facebook, so I guess I can find them.
Yeah, there. Kung Fu, my man. Good stuff. Okay, are we finished with these games? I don't know what we are now. I asked that 5 games ago, and you named 5 more games that we should have covered, and I should have been ready, and I should have known.
I was thinking about the games we were on NFL Game Line. We had a bunch of good games this week. You actually did pretty well picking this week.
See, good thing can happen to anybody.
So let me ask you right now. Earlier this year, we were saying people like Jonathan Taylor or Baker Mayfield, maybe the MVP or something like that. I think things have changed since earlier this year. Who's looking like the MVP for you right now? Or what players?
Taylor has slowed down, haven't
he? Yeah, they've teams have gone in the box, especially since their quarterback was hurt. Mm-hmm. They've been putting 5 and 6 in the box and daring them to throw the ball. And the current quarterback, who plays okay, I still don't think they have deep threats, So teams are just saying, when we play Indiana, they're going to have to throw the ball over top of our heads, and they haven't been able to do that.
Nobody's standing out to me right now. Who do you think?
I still like the Rams quarterback, Matthew Stafford. He's played pretty well. And I like Buffalo's quarterback. And I like the runner.
What runner?
The running back in Atlanta, but their team, normally they give it to teams that are doing better. He said he lost 4 games. We always have a little warning that these games are just for fun, Kung Fu. So
what did he say?
He lost 4 games messing with us on Saturday. You should have gone with the sports doctor because he got 5 out of 7 right. Yeah, he's probably picking teams like with me. I had a horrible week.
Kung Fu. Hey, Kung Fu. We don't tell you. We don't tell you who's going to win the game. We just tell you who the better one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We hold no responsibility for the outcome of games.
All right. Let's take it on over to NBA. I think we've covered everything in NFL. Okay. If we haven't, I'm sorry to the teams that I left out. I can speak.
I think we hit most of the good games.
Okay. Oklahoma has lost 2. They're 2-2 their last 4 games. That's a rarity so far this season. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on that, Larry?
Well, if you still look at the big picture, they won 8 out of their last 10. So the last 4 have been kind of tricky for them. Um, I think it might have been unreasonable to believe that they were going to win 80 games this year. I still think that they're very good, very deep, and I look for them to be around. I don't think too many teams will be beating them more than twice in any playoff series. What do you think about them?
I like them. You know, I was it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought I'm gonna call Larry about this stupid stuff. They have another starter. They started another guy last night. I don't know why. I don't know what heard what. They started another guy last night. Oklahoma.
You remember his name?
Some strange name. But he was
Okay.
no, to answer your question, no, I don't remember his name. But he was good. And I'm like, come on, man. There's just getting too many people. I don't know where they're getting all these people. I don't know where how are they going to start somebody else new? Who would you take out of the start line?
Well, Jalen Williams just got back, but they were still playing the other guy. The other new guy they had, Mitchell, that was sort of filling in. He might be the. I don't know if he's the one you're talking about starting, but
No,
he
I
could
know who
definitely-
he is. I was talking about him the last 2 weeks. Like, why would I never remember him? Yeah. No, it's a European guy who's about 6'9".
Oh, like Topic or something like that. I think his name. They got a guy named Topic, Nikola Topic.
No, it's not him. Let me look at the box score.
Well, I know they got a guy named Topic, and they got the
They have another guy. I remember him before the show was over.
okay.
Okay, so who the hot team right now?
Well, I still think it's going to be one team that I like is San Antonio. They look pretty good, and Big Boy's still not 100% full time. Wemby, San Antonio, they've won like 6 games in a row, and they're on the run, including beating Oklahoma City. They won just like Oklahoma City. They won 8 out of 10. The Nuggets have won 8 out of their last 10. As have the Timberwolves. They won 8 out of 10, and they beat both the Spurs and the Timberwolves beat Oklahoma City. So lots of teams in the West are playing well right now. But the Spurs have currently a 6-game winning streak.
Netflix lost $11.4 billion. Oh, you know what? I just realized it doesn't have anything to do with sports. Okay.
I wasn't sure where that was coming from, but I'm glad you mentioned
that. Yeah. So they gonna be showing some games next year, probably.
They have games now. They have basketball contract now. They're gonna be showing football games on Christmas Day. I think they got the first 2 games, and I think Prime got the late game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait a minute, who used to do sports on Christmas Day? Was it NFL or NBA? And now both doing it.
They're both doing it now. It started off.
NBA
did it, and then last year the NFL got into it.
Oh, the NBA was to answer my question. Okay. I guess if you got that kind of power, you can be a bully.
Yeah,
That's going to affect the rating some kind of way.
They have I think it's 3 bum games too, because one is the Commanders and the
Wow.
right, and I think the Lions and the Chiefs play or something.
Commanders and the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I think the Lions and the Chiefs, all three games on Christmas are really dog games, games that might have looked well at the
Oh,
beginning
so
of
it
the
ain't gonna
season.
affect the NBA at all.
Well, the NFL is probably thinking people are gonna watch them anyway, regardless of who they put up there.
So why put it on there? I guess if you can get some advertising money, I guess why not?
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
let me see. The Commanders and Cowboys, the Lions and Vikings, and the Broncos and Chiefs. Three of those teams got their quarterbacks are not even playing. Washington's quarterback's not playing. The Vikings quarterback is hurt, and the Chiefs quarterback is hurt. So games probably before the season started, all of those games probably looked like they were going to be good games. Now they look like blowouts to me. The home team in each case is playing a backup.
We just been saying the game's gonna be whack. Kung Fu said it's gonna be lit.
Cowboys and Commanders. So let's look at that. Two teams under 500 playing each other. Washington's quarterback is out. I can't see it being that entertaining. Then we got the Lions and the Vikings. The Vikings are already eliminated. The Lions are very, very sick.
Lions
And
are out. Two
The
losers.
Vikings quarterback is hurt. Then you got the Broncos and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are eliminated and their quarterback's hurt.
The Chiefs lost last week, didn't they?
Yeah. They're down to their third string quarterback.
Did you show that already there?
Nah, he just put that up there. He said it was going to be lit on his last one.
All right.
Nah, they just pretty much bullied and took over the. They're pretty much saying people would rather watch our games than your games, so we're going to put the football on.
Okay. All right.
And they probably don't care who it is. But yeah, those games are going to be on Netflix and Prime. I think the late game, the Broncos and Chiefs will be on Prime.
So, is any team looking like a team stronger than the Knicks in the East at the present time?
I still say Detroit. I say Detroit.
They're still winning?
They've lost a couple of games, but they're still in first place. I'll pull it up right now. Yeah, they're 2.5 games ahead of the Knicks. They won 8 out of their last 10 games, just like the Knicks.
Okay.
And the other team that's won 8 out of their last 10 is Boston.
Really? It seems like the Cavaliers are folding a little bit. What's going on with them?
Yeah, they just a couple of games above 500.
I'm missing.
I expected more out of them.
What am I missing, Larry? Everybody keeps. I hear people on the side talking about Orlando. I'm missing something. What is it that I'm missing? They don't have no big man. They don't have a point guard. I don't know. Why is everybody talking about the Magic?
Well, remember how horrible they were, and they're probably at least average, if not a little better than average. They can play with people now. At first, they were horrible to the last couple of years, but they still have some
people talking about them like they threats or something. I don't understand.
I look at them as a team. They're still a young team, and they've gotten better, and they still got a little better, but it's a lot of other teams in front of them right now. And Cleveland fell back. The Magic are ahead of Cleveland right now, but they're effectively have pretty much the same record. I think the Magic got a half a game on them.
Cleveland got to get a big man.
Well, I don't know. They're taking a step back.
The two big men are talented. They are. Both the big men are doing the job and play well, but they're lacking a beast, man. They're lacking a beast. You gotta have a beast in the middle. I say it every week. I say it all the time. Ever since I'm playing basketball, talk about basketball. You gotta have a big man.
So do the Timberwolves have one?
No.
Do the Thunder have one?
Who?
The Thunder, Oklahoma City.
A beast? They don't have a beast in the middle. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No, they don't have a beast in the middle. But they have their big men complement each other, and you're just not gonna do like he's doing with the Lakers. Once you throw it in the paint, man, just turn around and score with no defense.
Well,
Denver,
the
Oklahoma.
difference is Oklahoma's perimeter players can guard people better than the Lakers. The Lakers are kind of weak on defense.
They're horrible.
It's not just their big man. It's one-on-one. That's what makes the Thunder good to me. Is almost all of their players can guard on the perimeter.
Yep. They got a good defensive team.
Yeah.
So they play tonight. It's
They
nice
might,
too,
huh?
Larry. I think they play tonight.
You might be right.
I'm gonna see if they start this European guy tonight. Again, see what's going on. Okay. All right. So
Have
my
you seen,
man's been coming through pretty much
who are you talking about?
from Philadelphia, not Maxey, but the other guy.
So you talking about VJ, the rookie,
Yeah.
VJ Edgecombe, or are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I think he's averaging about 16 or 17 points a game. He's
Well,
playing.
he averaged more than that, ain't
I think it's about 16 or 17. He's playing pretty well though.
he? Oh, okay. He's rookie of the year right now, the way I see it.
I think you're probably right. I think he's certainly in the running.
Yeah. San Antonio have a good team, man.
Yes.
Now they're an exception. They don't need he's a beast, but a beast in a different way. Remember, he's a beast. But he's a beast. A beast is a beast. Yeah, they do have a beast. Wimbenyama something else. He only gonna get better.
He's got over 100 games in a row where he's gotten at least one block. He gets a block every game. No, they have when I was talking to Chuck Snowden, he thinks that they lack size, but I think they have a good team, and I think when Wemby's on there, it doesn't matter. He thinks they have a lot of like 6'6", 6'7" guys, which they probably do. But when Wemby's out there, all those guys can guard the ball well, and if they beat him, Wemby can block it. He changes the whole ball game, and they won a lot of games without him. I think there was something like 10-3 without him, and he's not even playing. He still has restricted minutes now.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So what do you think about Minnesota? What is Minnesota missing? It's starting to play my boy a little bit more, Dillingham. He's one. They need a point guard. They need to put the old man to bed. Conley.
They looked good when they played Oklahoma City the other day. I mean, that was a very close game. Anthony Edwards came through with a couple of baskets. I think they're going to be a formidable team. I think they'll take another step forward. But they're only like in 5th place now. I still don't see them beating. I think they'll have a problem with either San Antonio or Oklahoma City in a series. I think anybody would have a problem with those two teams.
Exactly.
Especially Oklahoma City. And quiet as it's kept, the Nuggets are like in 3rd place, and they're still looming there. Well, they're actually tied for 2nd with the Spurs. So
Nuggets have a good team.
As long as Jokic is doing his thing, I mean,
they need a point guard too.
they have a pretty decent team, though.
Yeah, but
They're gonna be tough to beat.
man, you put a decent point guard on that team with Jokic and them, and what's the guy is hurt? He ain't even playing. Power forward.
Talking about Gordon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been out for a while. But with him and Murray, if those guys are healthy, him, Murray, and Joker,
I'm saying they need a point guard, though, Larry. They need a point guard, man. They need a point guard.
I think they're going to be hard to beat before who they got right now.
So what you're saying is I'm wrong. They don't need a point guard.
Yeah, they could possibly win it with what they got now, right? So Kung Fu is asking us, can we give some insight on the some of the struggling teams in the NBA? So I guess
they're struggling.
You know, a problem with the NBA. I saw an article where they're going to try to keep teams from tanking. But Kung Fu, my big thing is now, I wish they wouldn't award a number one draft choice to the worst team. I wish they just put them out there and let them, play. If they lose, then they just have a lottery. And what you get in the lottery, you get in the lottery. You know, I don't like that. But I think too many teams, general managers are looking long term and saying we need to do this, we need to do that in order to win. And I don't like that. And I think you kind of create a losing culture when you lose on purpose. And I think a lot of teams do that. I don't think they get better. Then by the time, even if you get a top draft choice, he'll want to leave after a couple of years because they get tired of losing.
Yeah. Okay.
They're talking about expanding. I don't even know if they really need to expand yet.
No, they don't. Let's wrap this up because you got to get ready for the next show.
Yeah.
Anything else we leave out on NBA you want to talk about that we didn't bring up?
No, I'm pretty much done with that.
Okay. All right, guys. All right, Kung Fu, thanks for joining in on the show today. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Real Fellas Talk Sports is coming on next because of the holiday edition. So.
Oh, yeah, the Christmas edition. We want to wish everybody, Kung Fu, you, and everybody else who may tune in later, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and enjoy blessings to you and your families.
All right. Sounds great.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right.
All right, we're signing off. Kung Fu, we see you next week. I'll look for your send me a link to your podcast. I want to join in.
Show ended, man.